So my name is Cameron Stewart. I'm 20 years old and I love my mum. I just thought I'd throw that in there because I do. 2 years ago, next slide, 2 years ago I identified a problem in society that I felt I could do something about. I basically decided that society has become too disconnected. I found it annoying that it would be considered strange for two strangers on a park bench to be talking to each other. I considered it strange that we could buy coffee off the same person for 2 or 3 years and not even know their name. And this is my solution. I'll go into a bit more detail in a sec, but my solution is ARC, Acts of Random Kindness. It's a t-shirt company. Every time you wear the t-shirt, you perform an act of random kindness. Simple idea connected with a t-shirt. Next slide. So yeah, I just want to challenge you. I won't ask for a show of hands because I don't want to embarrass people, but we all have that coffee person we go to in the morning for our coffee. Most of us will have been going there for 2, maybe 3 years. How many of us even know that person's name? Or how about, good lad, how about our postman, the guy who's at our front door every single day, every single morning? Do we even know if he has a wife or if he has kids or what his name is? You know, have we ever appreciated him or said thanks? Or what about our cleaner when we leave for work and it's 5:30 and we've got our feet up and they're in our office cleaning up after our mess? Do we ever even appreciate them? Next slide. I feel we've created what I like to call an iPod society, where we have made it so easy to disconnect from each other, and it's as simple as popping in the earphones and putting the head down and just deciding that I'm going into the world of me, I'm getting from A to B, and nothing else really matters in my day. And for me, iPods are great. I don't own one myself, and they serve their purpose. But for me, we've missed the fundamental problem, which is that we're humans, and we strive for connection. Next slide. Facebook is now the 3rd largest populated country in the world, if it was a country, which gives the question, why is it the 3rd largest country in the world? It's because we strive to connect and we know it. Either directly or indirectly, we are looking for connection with other humans. But for me, this solution isn't good enough. We've replaced a handshake with a friend request. We've replaced getting to know someone by creeping through their Facebook photos and following them on Twitter, And don't get me wrong, Facebook's fantastic, and I'll probably go home today and spend an hour on it. I'm not slagging it at all. But for me, it's just not enough. We can't connect with each other if we limit it to 140 characters. Next slide. So for me, this really hit home when I discovered the solution to it. This is about 2 years ago when I was 18 and I was shopping. God forbid, I absolutely hate shopping. So it was kind of weird that I actually was in the place to do this. But I was going through the checkout, and the girl at the checkout was just going through beep, 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 beep. And she was obviously just focusing on the end of her shift. She did not care who she was serving. If the Pope would come along, she wouldn't have even noticed. She was just going through the motions, and I decided that I would try to make her day. So I threw in a chocolate bar, and it went through. She didn't notice and put it in the bag. And when the transaction was done, club card had been checked, credit card had been done, I just handed it to her and I said, "This is for you." And the beeping stopped and the routine stopped, and her thoughts of the end of her shift stopped, and she just looked up and we caught eyes, and we didn't fall in love. Caught eyes, and it was a connection. There's nothing more I can describe it as. We connected, and she just gave the most genuine smile and just said, "Thank you. That has really made my day." And I just said, "Well, thank you for serving me. I hope you have a great one." And then I said, "Sorry, my name's Cameron." And she was like, "Oh, hey, I'm Claire." And I left with a smile. She left with a smile, and it was fantastic. Next slide. So I was kind of in an annoying situation because I had good grades in school. I had pressure from teachers and parents to go to university. I had offers to do accountancy, so it was pretty good living I was going to be making. But I chose a different road, quite obviously. I basically decided that this is too big an issue, and I really wanted to try to tackle it, but I wasn't stupid, and I knew that in order to do this, we had to convince a majority that this was the way to live. We had to make it a trend. It couldn't just be an idea, because there's loads and loads of movements. You've got your free hugs man on YouTube giving everyone free hugs. You've got your kid from Pay It Forward telling everyone to be kind. But for me, I didn't want it to be lost in the masses. I wanted to create a shift in a mindset. And finally, the idea came to me, why don't we connect it with a t-shirt? It's something that everybody does. It's not hard to get people to wear a t-shirt, because most people do. We've got an alternative on the next slide. You wear the t-shirt, you do an act of kindness. It's a trend for a new way of life. It's a trend that people can identify and be challenged by. And for me, what I found most importantly is that teenagers can now take this brand and have an excuse to be kind. It's no longer this sentimentalist expression reserved for mothers and grannies. Teenagers can be kind, and if people challenge them, they can just say, oh no, ARC t-shirt, had to do it, man, had to do it. And we've almost created a culture of kindness and kind of almost rebranded it, I guess, if you want to use business terms, into something that, dare I say it, is cool to do again. Next slide. Sorry, it's a bad picture, but this is my first ever drawing of a t-shirt. Decided, 18, still in school, decided, no, I'm just going to go for this. Don't care about accountancy. I'm not sitting in that kind of job. So this was actually drawn in my economics class. Sorry, Dr. Mac, if you're watching. But through this in my economics class, started doing surveys in school, started asking people what price should these be, what colour should they be, what should the sizes look like, got the girls to bring in their t-shirts, was measuring them all, learned all about bra sizes, God forbid. And next slide, and then all of a sudden, started at the end of school in June of 2008, and then by December, the ARC range had arrived at my door. Didn't know where I was going to store it, ended up going in the parents' spare room, and it basically took on a life of itself. I started selling it online and didn't really tell anyone about it, but I guess Seth Godin would be proud of me. We basically started a tribe, started a movement. I often say that I wasn't the reason for ARC's success, because I know I wasn't. It was the second and third and fourth person who decided to get on board this. So we started getting orders from the Philippines and from South Africa and America, and Pakistan's probably my proudest moment. But it was the people like that. It was your man in the Philippines who decided, no, I believe in this idea. It's a mindset that I think the world needs to take on, and I'm going to pay 5 times the price of what I would pay for a t-shirt here in the Philippines to see it come. Next slide. So here's another proof of a movement. One of the guys who's now joined us basically said, I think ARC should launch an underwear range for undercover kindness, of course. He also thought the fun way to do it would be to run through Dublin. So they basically went to a charity shop, donated all their clothes as their ARC, and ran through Dublin without any clothes, which was hilarious, much to that man's disgust. Next slide. I think ARC, probably like a really exciting thing that I'm realizing is that ARC is redefining what it means to do business. Whereas old brands take a lifestyle and try to sell more stuff from it, ARC has taken a lifestyle and it's decided that it's just going to use the t-shirt as the vehicle to actually sell this real lifestyle, this real way of living. And for me, it's really exciting. On the other hand, ARC is a not-for-profit company, so all the money that we make genuinely just goes right back into spreading this mindset and encouraging more people to adopt this new way of life. So for me, it's really, really exciting, and hopefully we can challenge the big corporate people on how to do business, even though I'm only 20. Next slide. So just want to finish with a challenge. I believe that change isn't going to come from elections, as Seth Godin said. Change is going to come from the individual. The individual who decides that his postman has done a good job and he deserves a Christmas present this Christmas. The individual who decides that the cleaner is never recognised and they're going to host a party and get the whole office to say half an hour late for when the cleaner arrives. The individual who decides to turn the cashier's title and monotonous name into a person, into a human, into Claire. Thank you.